Act 2, Scene 1. The scene takes place on the same Saturday late in the evening, and Ruth irons dresses. Benita comes in looking gorgeous in her new Nigerian outfit, which she mixes with an oriental fan. She dances what she claims to be a tribal dance, welcoming back hunters to the village when she says, "The men are back home." Walter returns home drunk. He is caught in the frenzy of the dance and joins in the dance claiming to be Flaming Spear. Their antics are stopped by the entrance of Judge Murchison, who has come to take Benita out for a date. Judge Murchison is a rich African American who comes from a rich home, but he is educated, arrogant, and looks down on those who are poor and uneducated. Judge has come to pick Benita to go and watch a movie, and he realizes that Benita has cut her hair to make it look natural and Afro-like. Judge is sarcastic of Benita's Afrocentricity and the pride that she takes in ancient African history and its legends. He does not care about where he comes from and mocks even at African history. Judge is sarcastic of Benita's interest in her roots. Benita goes to change living Judge and Walter, with the latter trying to introduce a business proposal which the former seems not interested in. Walter is pissed off by Judge Murchison's arrogance and mocks at his white shoes when he says, "I know ain't nothing to the world as busy as you colored college boys with your fraternity pins and white shoes." Walter is angry at the world. Walter is angry because of his inability to be able to invest. Walter is angry because he believes that his mother has thwarted his dream by keeping the insurance money for herself. Judge leaves Benita calling Walter Prometheus because the two are in conflict with one another. We are also made to understand in this scene that Walter acknowledges that there has been a change in their marriage. Ruth is no longer happy. She cannot remember the last time they had gone out or gone to the cinema. Mama returns home and tells Travis that he has just bought a home, which will be his in the future. And he tells the other members that he has bought a home, making them to be excited. But when he mentions that the house is located at Clybourne Park, the happiness momentarily ceases. The simple reason is Clybourne Park is a white neighborhood. Clybourne Park in itself already symbolizes segregation, symbolizes racism. Ruth is elated. She wants to leave the tight apartment in which they live and live in a comfortable home. Mama has always wanted to have a home where Travis can have a playground on which to play, like every child does. Although they are worried about the location of the house, they are excited. Walter feels betrayed when Mama gives the announcement that he has bought a house because he thinks that his dream has finally been crushed. The need for which Mama buys the house is because Mama wants to keep the family together. Walter makes Mama feel very guilty by his behavior when he tells his mother, "You are the head of this family. You run our lives like you want to. It is your money, and you did what you wanted with it." And he ends up by saying, so you butchered up my dreams. You have always been talking of your children's dream, yet you butchered my dreams. This statement leaves Mama emotionally shattered as she thinks that she is standing on her son's dreams. She is the hurdle in making her son to realize his dreams. Hansberry creates a radical character in Benietta who is proud of her African heritage and will not succumb to the oppressive white culture. While she celebrates her African culture, she is naive about it. She puts on an African dress, but yet uses an Oriental fan, which is Asian. Nevertheless, George Murchison, who is very educated, knows nothing about his African ancestry and despises even the little that he knows about. He hates himself, as seen in his contemptuous attitude towards other blacks. This is evident, especially to those who are less wealthy or less educated like him. Nevertheless, no matter how educated the black people are in the American society, they cannot be treated in the same pedestal as white men. Although Asagai is educated on the Western model, Benietta and George Murchison do not show the same humility that Asagai exhibits. The scene shows how it is to be a Walter Lee in an environment which does not permit black people to be empowered. Many African Americans are excluded. Seyonga had toiled all his life to leave behind a check for a better future. Claiborne Park, which refuses other people and communities to come and stay there, already tells us the racial tension between whites and black. And the visit of Carl Lindner to dissuade the younger family from moving into their house in Claiborne Park tells us already the cleavage, how wide the gap is between these two communities. The scene portrays Hansberry in the glorification of the African ancestry through Benietta, who decides to cut her hair and makes it look natural. Remember, Mama does not buy a house at Claiborne Park because she wants to stay near white people, but because of affordability. Houses in the black neighborhood are more expensive, and she has already done the down payment. Mama does not want to move into Claiborne Park because she wants to integrate the white community, but out of convenience. The down payment reveals Mama's strong feeling that to have a family, and a happy family for that moment, the younger family needs to own their house, space, and property. Lastly, this dream of buying the house ties with the American dream of ownership. Although she strives for family happiness, she is also driven by the societal materialistic culture of owning something that rightfully belongs to you. That is why she tells Walter, it is pride for you to come back to a home that rightfully belongs to you. While the children are more interested in their personal dreams, Mama's dream is collective. She's interested about the pride of the family dream, the pride of achieving her husband's dream so that his death will not go in vain, and of achieving her own personal dream of keeping her family together.